physically do. It's a physical action.
No, it's not neither.
Obstruction is a physical action.
If you don't
not
freedom
of speech. Not freedom of speech.
Right.
That's constitutional. No, you're applying force right now.
No, I'm not.
To impede an investigation, I have to do something physical, not talk. That's a freedom of speech. That's a constitutional.
Hey there, welcome back to U.S. Corrupt Cops, the channel dedicated to shining a light on law enforcement misconduct across the country. Today we're diving into a heated encounter from February 2024 in Okeechobee, Florida, where a routine traffic stop at a charity event featuring luxury cars and a Super Bowl champion turned into a controversial detention that sparked allegations of constitutional violations and a potential multi-million-dollar lawsuit. You won't want to miss the details of this one. But before we get started, if you're enjoying this video, please drop a 1 in the comments, or if it's not your thing, leave a 2. I'd be so grateful if you'd share your thoughts in the comments below before you go. Now, let's jump into today's story. On February 24, 2024, a deputy from the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office conducted a traffic stop on an individual participating in a charitable event who was reportedly driving at 63 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. The deputy later requested assistance from another officer after issuing a citation. The driver, along with numerous other participants in the charity event, which featured high-end luxury vehicles, stopped at a gas station parking lot in Okeechobee, Florida during the traffic stop. Among the group was a well-known professional football player and Super Bowl champion named Warren Sapp. The encounter that followed was recorded on the body cameras of the officers involved.
All right, come over here. All right, I'm giving you a citation, okay? 63 and a 35. That's unacceptable, man. That's almost double the speed limit.
Like I said, we're part of the rally. We're having fun,
you can be part of the rally or you can live in town. I completely understand, but going almost double the speed limit is a little unacceptable.
No, like you said, he was a faster speed over there, and then we didn't
I understand that when you come over the overpass, from the overpass, it drops from 45 to 35. I'm just educating you. 3, you can take it to court. I don't mind going to court. It's my job. All right?
Is this a point?
Yeah. Unless you want to fight it, you're more than welcome to. All right? But it's a $248 ticket.
But this is points though, right?
Yes.
But if you do the traffic school, it takes the points off.
How many of us?
Hold on, with the amount of traffic, I'm trying to educate you, man. And with the amount of traffic that's coming through town.
63 is not double 35.
Okay, well, 63 is what I got him on my radar. Go ahead and take it to court because it's on my body camera. Okay, but you're almost double. Okay, but you're going over the speed limit.
I got that, but you said doubling the speed limit.
Okay.
You didn't double the speed limit.
Okay, well, I got him. Okay, well, I got him, and I wrote for what I got was 63. Okay, so I said what I said, but I didn't write him for double, did I? I wrote him for
No,
what I
but
got.
what you're saying is incorrect.
Well, just for future reference, through this
You
town,
like to be correct, that's all. Action. Hold on, I'm stopping what?
You guys have
No,
no
they do what? You was telling me to do what? What you mean, stop what?
Are you serious?
I'm dead.
You want to go to jail today?
63, but I don't know.
Would you like to go to jail for obstruction?
How do you get me?
Obstruction is a physical thing.
Would you like to go to jail for obstruction?
Obstruction is a physical thing.
Would you like to go to jail?
You do know that, right?
I know the law.
Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically
You're obstructing her from doing her job.
What did I physically do? It's a physical action.
No, it's not neither.
Obstruction is a physical action.
If you don't see
not,
your
not
name,
freedom of speech. Not freedom of speech. That's constitutionally protected, right? Yeah, that's right.
Now
What's
it's
your
my
name,
turn. 588.
588.
If you don't give me your name during the investigation, that's obstruction.
What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Coon Fair, 734.
Coon Fair.
All right,
734.
Yeah.
Detain for what?
I'll take that.
Detain for what?
Mr. Sapp noted that the driver was not traveling at twice the speed limit, as the deputy claimed, since the speed was 63 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. In response to this comment, the assisting deputy asked Mr. Sapp for his name. When Mr. Sapp declined to provide his identity, the deputy placed him in handcuffs and stated that he was being detained for obstruction under Florida Statute Section 84302. Resisting an officer without violence occurs when someone hinders or opposes a law enforcement officer in the lawful performance of their duties without using or threatening violence. Generally, arguing with or verbally challenging an officer does not constitute obstruction under the statute. Courts have consistently ruled that mere verbal disagreement or opposition without additional actions is not enough to establish probable cause for resisting an officer without violence. For instance, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which oversees Florida, stated in the 2024 case of Collin v. Smith that physical actions must typically accompany offensive words to support a conviction under Section 84302. This principle is consistent with First Amendment protections outlined by the Supreme Court in the 1987 case of City of Houston v. Hill, which ruled that an ordinance criminalizing verbal interruptions of police was unconstitutional. The Supreme Court emphasized that the First Amendment safeguards significant verbal criticism and challenges directed at police officers. Speech may be provocative, but it is protected unless it is likely to cause a clear and immediate danger of serious harm far beyond mere inconvenience or annoyance. Therefore, it is unlikely that a court would find Mr. Sapp's verbal disagreement about the driver's speed sufficient to constitute resisting or obstructing an officer, since he maintained a safe distance from the traffic stop and did not physically interfere with the deputy's duties. Similarly, a court would likely determine that Mr. Sapp could not be detained or arrested for refusing to identify himself in this situation. While Section 84302 may require physical conduct to support an obstruction charge, an exception exists when a person is lawfully detained. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals explained in the 2015 case of Moore v. Peterson that during a lawful Terry stop, an officer may arrest someone who refuses to provide identification. However, if the detention is not lawful or the individual is not detained, their refusal to identify themselves cannot be penalized. For example, in the 2011 case of MM v. State, Florida's First District Court of Appeal overturned a resisting charge because the individual was not detained when asked for identification, ruling that failing to provide one's identity is not a crime unless legally detained. Since it is improbable that the deputy had reasonable suspicion to detain Mr. Sapp and demand his name, and no evidence suggests he was detained when asked for his identity, it is unlikely a court would uphold an arrest or detention for his refusal to identify himself.
What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? I'm listening. What am I being detained for? Please report. What am I being detained for?
We got cameras just like you got.
No, hey, is it rolling?
Yeah, everything's rolling, yeah.
I got
Audio, video,
you
recording.
ain't got to hold me that hard, brother. I'm right here. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just standing here. Why you got to grab me like that? What am I being detained for?
I'll explain that in a second, sir.
This is affecting the arrest.
This is a detainment.
You're applying force right now.
No, I'm not.
To impede an investigation, I have to do something physical, not talk. That's a freedom of speech. That's a constitutionally protected activity. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Everybody right here, no, you didn't. You said, do I want to go to jail? And I said, for what? So we gonna see. You still ain't answered about the detainment, sir.
You're being detained, and I'll answer that in just a second.
What are you detaining?
Hold on. No, wait. This is gonna be fun.
Everyone
It's
needs
gonna
to
be fun.
step back.
You need some tape, don't you? Here you go. You know this is force, right? 1983 law school. Deprivation of rights under the color of law. I haven't done anything. Not a thing. Not exactly. Hold on. He's going to answer that for us, right, officer?
Why are you arresting?
You know it's illegal for you to watch him do this. Yeah, I am. Right? This is force.
Watch them do it.
Absolutely. What am I being detained for?
Until I can get your name, that's what we're going to do. You're being detained.
What am I being detained for? Hold on. You didn't explain it. What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for?
Okay, I was talking.
No, I'm asking. What am I being detained for?
I
can resist the unlawful arrest, but I'm not. Cause Supreme Court. I have handcuffs on me, and you haven't told me why am I being detained. Why am I being detained? I can stand right here. I'm not being detained. I'm being detained. I'm just standing here. Why would I be in the back of your car?
Because I'm surrounded by about 20, 30, 40
Exactly.
It's not a safe situation.
It's a safe situation. Ain't nobody doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. I'm right here, dog. All right. You haven't answered me. Why am I being detained?
Because you obstructed her investigation.
That's a physical act, right? Obstructing is a physical act.
Mr. Sapp contended that he did not obstruct the deputy's investigation because obstruction typically requires a physical act. As previously discussed, a conviction under Florida statutes section 843.02 generally requires some physical action. However, in certain cases, non-physical conduct may qualify as resisting if it significantly hinders an officer's lawful duties. The statute broadly applies to anyone who resists, obstructs, or opposes an officer's legal duties without violence. As noted earlier, courts have ruled that refusing to identify oneself during a lawful Terry stop can support a resisting conviction. Similarly, failing to follow an officer's lawful order may constitute obstruction in some instances. For example, in the 2007 case of Zivojevic versus Barner, the 11th Circuit found probable cause to arrest someone for resisting by disobeying a law enforcement command. In the 2005 case of NH versus State, the defendant's refusal to sit down when instructed was considered obstructive because it intentionally disrupted the officer's investigation. However, purely verbal conduct is almost always insufficient to constitute resisting. Therefore, it is highly likely that a court would agree with Mr. Sapp that his actions did not amount to obstruction.
I'm talking to two other officers. I don't have to answer you. I don't have to answer you. I'm not getting in that car. I'm not getting in that car. Why am I getting in that car?
Stop pushing it. Stop resisting. Get back. Get back. Get back.
That's all I want to know. Where's the supervisor?
Sit down.
Can I get a supervisor?
Sit down.
Can I get a supervisor?
Sit down.
That's you?
You have anything in your pockets?
I don't search. I don't consent to any searches.
Well, you are detained.
I am being detained for what? Where's the supervisor? Please,
Stand up.
please. No, I'm good. Right? You told me to sit.
Stand up.
You told me to sit. I'm gonna sit.
Stand up.
You told me to sit. I'm gonna sit.
Stand up.
Can you get a supervisor, please?
Stand up.
Can I get a supervisor, please?
Stand up.
Can I get a supervisor, please? Brother,
I need to search your person.
brother. I don't consent to any searches.
You are detained.
For what?
Because you have
For what?
obstructed.
That's why I'm at. For what?
Incident to arrest.
Who?
Incident to arrest.
What is
We can
that?
search you.
What is that? You said I'm being detained. I'm asking you, why am I being detained? Can
I
get a
already
supervisor?
told you why.
Why?
You
Because I didn't
obstructed.
give you my name?
You need to give
You
us
said
a name.
because I didn't. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I have the right to
When
remain
I ask you
silent.
to leave
Sir,
and move
sir,
back,
sir,
and you do not.
Sir, none of
Yes.
that was asked to me.
Please get in the car.
Can I get a supervisor? Can I get a supervisor? I need a supervisor because he told me I'm being detained because I didn't tell him my name.
Yes, that's obstruction.
That's
sir.
obstruction.
Obstruction is a physical
That is
act.
obstruction. Stand up. I need
Supervisor,
to
please.
stand up.
Give me a supervisor,
All right,
please.
you're under
Give me a
arrest.
supervisor,
You are under
please.
arrest.
I'm in the car.
Stand up.
I'm already in the
Stand
car.
up. Stand up.
I'm already in the car, sir. Can I get a
Stand
supervisor?
up. I need to search
Can I get
your
a
pockets.
supervisor, please?
Hi, brother. What's going on, man?
I asked him why am I being detained.
I know. Would you give me his name? That's obstruction.
I don't have any weapons, sir. I don't have any weapons.
Please just sit in as best you can, all right?
Can I sit right here? I mean, I'm not going to
You have his camera?
I gave it there.
Oh, good. That'll be evidence.
They made for a big guy. And they did nothing against the law.
That seat's annoying, sorry. We can't help it.
I did nothing for nobody.
Right. What is It's all right. Just let it go.
Whose car is this?
I don't know whose car this is. This is my car.
You know who he is?
Who is that?
That's Warren Sapp. That's Warren Sapp.
Okay, well, he wouldn't give me his name.
Yeah. That's Warren
All right,
Sapp.
well, Henry.
NFL player.
Oh, good.
Turn on your air back on. So you don't get mad. Hey, what is going on?
All right.
Let me turn my air on before he gets upset.
What's he driving?
He came with the guy in the white hat, I believe, right there. But I was issuing this guy a citation, and he wanted to argue because I said,
Obstruction, definitely.
Get him gone.
okay,
So, yeah.
all right, I'll get it.
That's what we got. Obstruction.
Get the people that's going to jail.
All right, I'm gonna take him.
All right, I'll follow you.
All right. So I got his camera. Sarge, or whoever. Do you want to speak to a supervisor? Do you want to speak to him or not?
have to be, yeah, you're supervisor.
Okay. Sarge.
You guys got whatever guy?
Well, I know, but he wants to speak to you unless you want me to just take him. Sarge. No, cool. You're just gonna walk away and ignore me?
It's okay. Let's just
Take him?
Take him. I'll follow you.
If he wants to speak to him in the jail.
He can talk to someone in the jail.
Alright. I was instructed to take you.
Hold on, man.
I'm instructed to take you.
Hold on. Y'all not gonna let me speak to the supervisor?
I am instructed to take
You're not gonna let
you.
me speak to the supervisor.
696. I've just tried.
He's not.
Okay, I was told.
And you said what?
I was told to take
you said
you.
what?
I
No.
was told to take
And
you.
you said what?
You already
What-
spoke
what
to
is
that
my
guy.
charge?
Okay.
What is my charge? What is my charge? Please.
696 SO 11015 male. 51 to the jail. Getting mileage.
Oh my goodness. I love this. I always wondered how did y'all do this?
Alright,
And
well.
I just watched it go down. Deprivations of rights. I am standing there, he gonna tell me obstruction. Obstruction is a physical act, man. And I know this.
Okay.
So now what do we do?
Well, hold on. Oh, let's not get hit by one of these
Now
cars.
what do we do?
I'm going to the jail with you right now. But listen,
What is my charge? What am I being arrested for?
obstruction, that's resisting. But I'm not the arresting
No,
officer.
you're
Hold
saying
on. Understand.
obstruction is resistance.
Can I explain while we're on body camera? Everything's on body camera.
I'm just asking.
Okay.
That ain't making sense to me.
I'm just the transporting officer. Let me read you your rights before I say anything. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Okay. Can I talk to you or do you not want to talk to me? Okay, what is your name? You don't have to tell me. I don't care. I'm just asking. I read you your Miranda rights. I want to know who I'm speaking to.
Good citizen.
A good citizen. Okay, good.
That hadn't broken the law.
Okay, good citizen.
Yeah, they hadn't broken the law.
I'm going to explain to you right now. The arresting officer is coming to the jail with me.
Baby, I just asked to speak to a supervisor.
Okay, and I understand, and
we could have avoided all of this because only thing he had to do was tell that supervisor what he had me
Absolutely,
for,
and he
he
did.
should have took the cuffs off of me and
Okay.
let me go. I'm observing my government officials at work and they arrest me for obstruction. I asked a question.
You did, and I'm just transporting you.
Give me your name. I'll give you my name.
You don't have to, and that's fine.
That's what he arrested. That's what he grabbed me for, baby.
Okay, well, you were also arguing at that point
Arguing what?
with me.
No. We was just having a discussion about you saying double.
Okay, and I wrote
And
him
it
for...
wasn't double.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, and that was an easy discussion.
And it was, and I told you, but then
your
you
whole
kept
thing was-
going.
Did y'all stop that body cam?
This is still rolling.
No, mine.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to use that. I don't want to mess with it.
It's definitely stopped.
But listen, if you want to request the footage, mine's been rolling the whole time.
No.
No, I understand. And you've been good to me, I understand that, but I'm not the one who arrested you. Are you going to give me your name or no? Okay. He's not going to give a name, so put him in a cell until he wants to give you a name or fingerprint, because we're not going to do this all night.
You want to bring it over here?
Yeah.
This way. Yes, sir. You ready? Yes, sir. It's being recorded.
Oh, I was just making sure.
My name is Sergeant Ellis. I'm the road patrol supervisor. You wanted to speak to the supervisor?
I was wondering, you was outside the gas station when they drove away, right?
Yes.
How come we didn't have a conversation then?
Because you were already in the back of a patrol car and we needed to get you out of there as quick as possible.
And that's what we came up with?
That's what happened.
Okay.
Whenever there's a situation like that, we try to clear the area as quick as possible.
Because?
Because there's a large group of people there and it could turn dangerous.
They was peaceful. We were peacefully assembled.
At that point.
Well, your officer had been there for 15 minutes writing a ticket.
Well, the officer was screaming for backup too, so we went.
I got that part, so now, with my situation.
You asked to speak to a supervisor, so I'm here. What would you like to know?
What am I here for?
You're being arrested for obstruction.
That's a physical act, right?
No. It's impeding an investigation. It could be physical, it could be refusing to leave, it could be continue to interject yourself into an investigation that's being done on a separate situation?
Wasn't an investigation. It was a ticket being written, right?
It was a traffic investigation.
So after you hand the person the ticket, the traffic stop is effectively over?
Well, the deputy was still talking.
No, I was asking, after you hand the ticket to the man, the effective is effectively over? The stop is over?
It depends.
I'm asking.
If the ticket is being explained to the individual who has the physical ticket in his hands, then no, it's not good.
Why he's folding it up? Is
Mr. Sapp, I'm not going to argue with you.
Oh, no, definitely not going to argue with you.
You'll
I'm just asking.
have your day in court. I understand that. So.
Oh, no, because I just had my rights violated. Your officer said to me, do you want to go to jail? First thing he said out of his mouth to me. I said, excuse me? What's your name? So I laughed. Because I do have a right to remain silent, right? I have the right, Fourth and Fifth Amendment, right?
Yes, you absolutely have a right to remain silent. But you don't have the right to interject yourself into an investigation.
I wasn't in the traffic stop. The traffic stop was over.
The traffic stop was still being conducted.
The traffic stop was over. She hadn't handed him the ticket. I said to the other officer that didn't arrest me, I said, how fast was he going? He said, I don't know, it's not my stop. I said, you know what, it's right. So I walked over and looked at the ticket because the lady said that he was doing double the speed limit. And I was like, that's pretty fast. I don't think he was going that fast just then. And he wasn't going double. So I just asked her, I was like, we just want you to be factual, man. You have the speed right there. There's no reason to say the man was going double when he wasn't. And that's when I got his attention. You shut up. I don't have a my First Amendment right is free speech and doesn't work in Okeechobee?
Yes, you have the right for freedom of speech. Once the ticket was explained to them and he leaves, that's when the traffic stop's over.
He wasn't in the traffic stop.
The guy that had the ticket in his hands?
No, the officer with me. He
was back up to the officer that was there conducting the traffic stop.
The traffic stop was over.
Okay.
Mr. Sapp argued that the traffic stop had concluded and there was no ongoing investigation to obstruct because the deputy had already issued the driver's tickets. Under Florida statute section 84302, a person cannot be guilty of resisting or obstructing without violence unless the officer was engaged in the lawful execution of a legal duty at the time of the alleged resistance. The U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida clarified in the 2024 case of Cross v. Johnson that a distinction exists between an officer performing a legal duty and an officer simply being on the job. This means that an officer being on duty does not automatically mean they are executing a legal duty for the purposes of the obstruction statute. The 4th District Court of Appeal of Florida noted in the 2013 case of AR v. State that lawful execution of a legal duty includes actions like serving legal process, detaining someone lawfully, responding to an emergency, or investigating a 911 call. Under Fourth Amendment law, a routine traffic stop should end once the purpose of addressing the traffic violation is complete, such as issuing a citation or warning. At that point, the driver and passengers should be free to leave unless new grounds for detention arise. The Supreme Court stated in the 2015 case of Rodriguez v. United States that the authority for a seizure ends when tasks related to the traffic infraction are or should have been completed. Therefore, even if Mr. Sapp's actions had amounted to obstruction, which they likely did not, he would have a strong argument that the traffic stop was over when he spoke to the deputy, and thus she was merely on the job rather than executing a legal duty.
I'm not going to argue semantics.
No, there ain't no semantics. I mean, his body cam was on and everything, right?
Correct.
That's all I need. All the officers that was there, body cam and all that good stuff. And
yeah, it'll all be in there. And
1983 deprivation of rights, my first, my fourth, and my fifth.
Yes, sir. And you're more than willing.
And I really don't know how me and you couldn't have had this conversation with all those officers. I watched the other two officers sitting there so peacefully calm. Say, really? You just gonna allow this to happen? I haven't done anything.
Okay.
He asked me my name, and I don't have to tell him my name.
Sir, if you feel like your rights have been violated.
Oh, no, it's going down. Don't worry about it. I heard you. You didn't want to speak to me at the scene. Let him drive off without it.
Listen, you can fill out a citizen complaint on the deputy if you choose to. And there'll be an internal investigation done on it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to investigate yourself and find nothing wrong, just like you're doing right here in front of me now. It's fine. It's cool. We're going to see what the federal court got to say about it.
Okay. You have that right.
Oh, absolutely I do. Absolutely.
Any other questions I can ask or answer for you?
I'm glad you finally got around to having a conversation with somebody that was just unlawfully arrested.
Okay.
And the cop got back out and started yelling at you to come back, and you still didn't come.
What did I say that again?
The lady officer got back out and started yelling, Alice, Alice.
Lady officer.
Yeah, the one that drove me here? The person that drove me here.
Yeah.
He didn't even look at her.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't even look at her.
There were so many people out there
You didn't
going
even
on.
look at her.
There were so many people going on.
You didn't even look at her.
No, I didn't.
Classic.
Anything else you need to know?
Oh, no, I'm good. You got your business card?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. It shouldn't be much longer, by the way.
I shouldn't even been here, Mr. Ellis, but I see old Petroleum needs a refresher course in the Constitution, and I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
I promise you I will.
All right.
I promise you.
You can put him back.
Who's your supervisor?
My supervisor?
The lieutenant? The LT?
Yeah, Lieutenant Lowe.
Is he around?
Yeah, he's working.
Could you give him a call? Give him a call for me, please?
Would you like to speak to him?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I'll let him know.
According to Mr. Sapp, he was detained in the Oconee County Jail for 3 hours before being released on a $750 cash bond. The resisting without violence charge was reportedly dismissed by the state attorney shortly after his arrest. In January 2025, after hiring legal counsel, Mr. Sapp sent a notice of intent to sue to the Oconee County Sheriff's Office, alleging several violations of his constitutional rights and seeking $20 million in damages. As of the date of this account, no formal lawsuit filing could be found in public court records.
Thank you for sticking with us to the very end. You're one of the rare ones who made it all the way through. If you found this video compelling or thought-provoking, please give it a like. And if you can, share it with your friends. I'd love to hear what you think about this case, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. See you tomorrow. Stay safe and take care.